Well, ladies and gentlemen, wow. Do you hear that too?
I do.
Let me turn this down. Yep, still got a little bit of feedback.
Still there.
Still a little bit there, but I'll have to be working the fader up and down all night as we need or if we need. But welcome, everybody, to the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas, with a little bit of echo behind me. I was really encouraged. I thought I had it all sorted out. God. Well. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Hump Day night, so you got that going for you. Welcome to your halfway point. For many of you that are making it through the work week, hope your week's been going good, and thank you so much for spending the high point with us right here on the portal. So I am joined by my good friend and co-host, the Big Toe himself, Mr. Don Longbeard. How you doing, brother?
Don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you.
Don't laugh at me. I'm topless today.
You're what?
I'm topless.
Oh, you're... Oh, I didn't even notice.
That's funny. And I've been over here playing with my headphones going, gosh, dang it, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I go, oh, I'm not wearing a hat. That's what's wrong.
That's all right. The solar panel needs a little more juice.
Thanks. Yes, it keeps the tools all charged.
That's what I hear. That's all I know. But no, everything going good for you, brother?
Yeah, all's good. Hey, look, there's Jake from Blue Line Bigfoot. How you doing, Jake?
Jake!
Yeah, all things are great with me. It's, it's this working thing that sucks.
Yeah.
Wow, Pikachu said hi to the mic.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
yeah. Yeah, you got to shave your mic every once in a while around here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he likes to rub on it. He gets his face in there and just grinds it out. So
if I was a cat, I'd probably do it too.
You could probably pull it off now if you wanted to.
I don't want to pull
Not
it
right now, but
no,
yeah.
No.
Just in your own time. Okay, well, we got a lot of show coming up for you guys tonight. As always, I wonder where that echo's come from. Test.
Yep.
Yeah, if I take it all the way down, it's that mid fader there. It's still that update. See if I talk like this.
You don't have any reverb or anything on?
No. This is stock factory update BS right there.
Oh.
So not sure. I'll just have to fade that channel. If we need sound, I'll bring it up. If we don't need sound, I'll leave it down so I don't sound like I'm intergalactic or whatever.
It's starting to sound like you want me to do calisthenics in here. Up, down,
There's something.
up, down, up, down.
I don't want to get demonetized.
Oh my goodness.
No, I wouldn't ask that of you or anybody or me.
Look,
for that matter.
that's like trying to. Never mind.
Let's just roll on, Don. You ready for some news? Because we're going to hit the news. Then after that, we're going to hit the Discord question of the week.
Question of the week.
And then we got a whole bunch of other oddities and mayhem that we're going to get into. So it's all fresh right out of the buffet line right here for your enjoyment. So hopefully you're going to have a good time. But I think it's news time, Don. What do you think?
It's time for the news.
The news.
Play that funky music, white boy.
You got it, Don. Just for you. Here comes that funky music.
Oh, yeah.
The news. I'm going to use the echo. Yeah. What's going on in the world?
Yeah, baby.
Stay tuned when we find out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the news. I don't know. I'm trying to use the tools we got, Don. I got a free effect built in right now, so.
Oh boy.
Are you guys hearing the echo on your end too, or is that only in the monitors?
Somebody said no. Aggravated Progressive said no.
Oh, okay. So it's just monitoring it.
I was gonna hang out while doing work, and darn it, you guys made me laugh, so I joined in. So Maura says she was trying to work, but then she heard our voices and she went,
Dang it.
Screw that.
So they don't have an echo. Okay. Yeah, I'll screw work. There's plenty of time for work.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only 3 episodes of the live show every week, so by God,
which is after work hours.
it is.
I don't care what kind of job you do.
Well, it should be, and if
there
it's
should
not,
be no work during the portal.
you should get a new job.
You should get a 2-hour portal break, or at least say it's a 2-hour potty break.
Or say that.
Because we don't script this.
No, we don't. You couldn't have scripted this madness. Everybody, welcome to the news desk, where we're going to dive into a few fun-filled articles of oddities and weirdness that we love so much here on the portal. And some of them might not be odd at all. Maybe they're streamlined. I don't remember what I pulled up. So we're going to find out together, because I did it a few hours ago when I was prepping for the show and testing things out. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, although in comic books you might find that as a result of some pretty horrific accidents comes the most amazing results. You might fall into a vat of atomic goo and then end up a superhero before you know it, but that's not the real world. And this boy apparently found out the hard way, because our first news story tonight is coming from the world of bizarre at unexplained-mysteries.com. Boy allows Black Widow to bite him in an effort to become Spider-Man. Of course.
What is wrong with kids today? Did he not watch the movies?
No, he did. That's the problem. He thought that's just any spider will do, I think.
It's got to be a certain radioactive orb weaver.
Yeah, you'd think. But no, he was going for the more traditional version. A young boy attempted to gain the superpowers, the powers of fictional web slinger by enlisting the services of a Black Widow spider.
Fictional.
It goes without saying that being bitten by a deadly spider does not give you superpowers, but it's also not surprising that someone very young and impressionable might not realize that this is the case. According to reports, an 8-year-old boy from Vichaluma, Bolivia, recently attempted exactly this when he discovered a Black Widow hiding underneath a rock at a nearby river. Hoping to gain web-slinging powers, he picked it up and allowed it to bite him on the hand. When he got home, he was initially reluctant to tell his mother why he was suffering from severe aches and muscle contractions. But when his condition worsened, he had no choice but to fess up.
Yep.
He was quickly rushed to the hospital and given an antidote to counteract the venom. We were extremely concerned because it came to our attention from the analysis and responses from the child after he had recovered that he used the arachnid for one simple purpose, said Ernesto Vasquez, head of the Zoonotic Disease Program for the Departmental Health Services of Oruro, Oruro. I feel like Scooby-Doo. He wanted to become Spider-Man. Fortunately, after a 5-day stint in the hospital, the boy was well enough to go home. Well, there you go. So for the youngins, make sure to let them know. There is a pretty vast chasm between comic books and us.
Yeah, it's called real life.
I remember one time, Don, this is a walk into my stupidity.
Oh, boy.
Back in the day when I was a much younger boy, and I loved superheroes
Much
too.
younger boy. Notice he didn't say he grew up.
I'm still not grown up. I will tell you this. I'd seen on an episode of Batman or something that, he had a cape and he could jump off of buildings and kind of grab his cape and make a parachute.
Yeah, right.
So in my ultimate wisdom, along with a younger friend of mine, we got really long beach towels and we did just that. And got up on this the second story and grabbed our towels because we were going to float softly to the ground
Gently
below us.
to the ground.
However, gravity had a whole different plan for us. As I was
live and learn.
as I was literally pile drived into the sod below me, there was like a Brent impression right there on the ground. It was almost cartoony. It was like I was severely disappointed that it didn't work out the same way.
And how did your body feel?
Oh God, it hurt like hell. I think I actually, like my head probably actually did kiss my own ass. Never mind.
Yeah, well, you had to have pulled it out first to do that.
Yeah, it was a pretty big disappointment.
Wow.
I had no idea. I just thought, yeah, it worked and Batman did it. Should work.
Aggravated progressive said something. He said, Ozzy Osbourne didn't turn into Batman.
That's true, but I think the bats actually get to bite him, and
It's not
how
the
that
other way
works.
around?
No, that's not how.
Oh, the other way you
superpowers-
get Wuhan.
Yeah. Oh my God, Brent. Ouch. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Then you end up with a whole kind of bat problem. Well, anyway, folks, that's a lesson to the young. Be careful out there. Don't try to look for superpowers in the traditional comic book sense. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that.
So since you shared one of those stupid stories from yours, mine wasn't even that exciting. Mine was just, what foxglove is?
This is a plant.
It's a purple bell-shaped flower, blah, 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 blah. But somebody told me they were honeysuckle.
Oh,
When I
okay.
was young.
All right.
I don't know. But, we're sitting there and we're like stripping it off and eating it. And come to find out, do you know what they make out of foxglove?
No, I have no idea.
Digitalis.
Don't even know what that is.
Oh, trust me. If you're a heart patient, you're taking Digitalis.
Okay.
We ended up in the hospital for 5 days. Me, my brother, and my cousin. 5 days.
Oh, no.
They're like, how much did you eat? I don't know.
Boy, it was a lot of it.
Oh,
Didn't taste anything like honey.
it tasted good.
Did it really?
That was
Oh.
sweet. But don't eat it.
No.
Foxglove is made, they make Digitalis. As a matter of fact, the X-Files, the Eve X-File with the twin girls,
Okay.
they made Digitalis. They were killing people with Digitalis made from foxglove extract.
Good God. Yeah, that's good information to have out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, X-Files.
Yeah. Right?
Oh, no. Yeah, well, there you have it, folks.
Ooh, Karen says, I was bitten by a black widow last January. Got a nice scar from it on my foot by my ankle.
Ooh.
Took forever to heal and lots of antibiotics. Oddly enough, I was in Moses Lake at the movie theater like 4 decades ago. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
And I was bitten by a black widow. Sitting there in the seat, they bit me like 4 times.
Wow.
And it didn't do a damn thing to me.
Well, that's true. I mean,
yeah.
some people don't have much of a reaction, but other people do for
Yeah.
whatever reason. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yikes.
Yep.
Well, there you have it. So, yeah.
Feels like fall in misery today,
You just feel like you know us a little better now, don't you?
huh? Right?
And now you're wondering why you're here. It's like, I don't want to know anymore.
Well, Barb knows. She heard us laughing. She decided to quit working. I like the way she thinks.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we do try to be as entertaining as possible. But speaking of entertaining, let's get to the next article here on the news. And this is coming from unexplained-mysteries.com. Wonderful site. Please check them out. Scientists achieve nuclear fusion net energy gain for the second time, Don.
Oh, wow. Second time in how long?
I don't know, but
Let's find
apparently
out.
it's twice. Hopefully it's not too long. It says, the achievement represents another step forward or toward unlimited clean energy that could revolutionize the world. Wow, cool.
Wow.
Often seen as the holy grail of power generation, nuclear fusion is the same process that produces energy in the sun and works by fusing hydrogen nuclei together to create helium. Unlike nuclear fission, which comes with an inherent risk of meltdown, fusion is much cleaner and safer, while the hydrogen fuel used in the process is so abundant that it's practically limitless.
Wow.
While physicists have been attempting to build a working nuclear fusion reactor for the purpose of energy generation for more than 60 years, success has always remained tantalizingly out of reach.
Mm-hmm.
But the latest achievement, however, which comes courtesy of scientists at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratories National Ignition Facility in California, could be the real deal.
That was a mouthful.
It was. That was a big title.
LLNNIFNC.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's now the second time that the team has succeeded in producing a net energy gain using nuclear fusion, paving the way toward using the technology for large-scale energy generation. To put things into perspective, a single kilogram of fusion fuel made up of deuterium and tritium can produce the same amount of energy as 10 million kilograms of regular fossil fuels.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty good. Pretty good comparison, yeah?
Yeah.
It might be some time yet, however, before fusion is ready to replace conventional power plants.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and I imagine none of that will be cheap either. So while it might be a great source of new energy, it's still probably not going to change the game for any of us, because we're going to either be paying for the plant we have and the stuff it uses, or we're going to be paying for the new plant and the stuff it needs to work. Yeah, so either way, that's all passed on to you, the consumers. But
Correct.
maybe it'll make a happier planet. You never know.
Well, the thing is then they'll really push for like electric cars and stuff like that, which would be great, except for the fact that one, lithium is dangerous. Two, cobalt is dangerous. Number three, less than 3% of all lithium batteries are actually
Chargeable? Recyclable?
recyclable. You can't do it because it's so damn dangerous to recycle them. It will literally burn down your house. So you guys have seen the thing about the phone batteries that get crushed and they start on fire?
Yes.
That's called thermal runaway. And that is what happens when you try to recycle lithium batteries. Those little wafers touch each other and that's it. It's a whole new ball game. And you can't put that stuff out with conventional fire retardants and stuff. So yeah, go for it. Try it. It's a waste.
Maybe
It's
they'll
really,
come up
truly
with a better
waste.
battery. There's some depleted uranium version that Elon Musk's been working on.
That's right, yeah.
That's supposed to be the wave of the future as
That's
well.
right.
So
Yep.
let's hope they find a new method of storing electricity as well as creating it. Ready for the future, Don.
Let's do
move.
it.
Let's get there. Let's move ahead. All right, here comes the next one.
Oh, yeah.
This one is coming out of the world of space and astronomy, and it's a weird one because it really looks like what they say it is. And this is from unexplained-mysteries.com. Cosmic question mark shows up in James Webb Space Telescope image. There it is, folks. Looks just like a question mark.
Oh,
like it's
wow.
like it's a Mario power-up or something.
Yeah,
It's
no
like,
doubt.
shoot a rocket at that. See what happens.
Bloop, bloop,
Yeah, it's a big mushroom comes out.
yeah.
Yeah, it's sitting there floating right in space, but it looks like a question mark. How about that?
I bet you that's where the Riddler lives.
That's where our future is too, probably.
What?
An astronomical object resembling the curious symbol has appeared in the background of an image of the Vela constellation. Examples of pareidolia, which is the brain's inherent tendency to perceive meaningful shapes in abstract patterns, which you'll see oftentimes in Bigfoot, the world of Bigfoot, have often been found on the moon or on the surface of Mars, but this is the first time we've seen one on a large scale to be seen far off into the depths of space. Resembling a question mark, the unexpected extra was spotted in a breathtaking James Webb image released this week of 2 actively forming young stars in the Vela constellation. Wow. They're actively forming, which means they're probably formed by now because, God, that light must be billions of years old.
That's true, yeah.
So what could possibly explain the gargantuan question mark floating in space? It's probably a distant galaxy or potentially interacting galaxies. Their interactions may have caused the distorted question mark shape. Representatives of Baltimore Space Telescope Science Institute told Space.com when quizzed about the phenomena. This may be the first time we've seen this particular object. Additional follow-up would be required to figure out what it is with any certainty. Webb is showing us many new distant galaxies, so there's a lot of new science to be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, but then again, if you think of the enormity of space and the fact that now we can see so much further into it, for sure, we're probably going to find a $sign out there, too, or exclamation points, or, you know.
That's where Bill Gates lives.
A poop emoji.
Emoji, oh, gosh.
There could be everything out there in the form of cosmic
right.
anomalies. But
so Barmora says, is that the universe telling us it's all a joke? You know, something else happened with the James Webb, whatever that is, the camera, whatever.
Space telescope, yeah.
So they were looking, you know, and what they're doing is they're looking, you know, just out into space, right?
Uh-huh.
And so they're looking backwards in time, essentially, correct?
Sure.
Or no, they're looking backwards. No, we are backwards in time. They're looking forward.
No, they're looking back.
No, they're backwards in time. So here's the thing. So they're looking back to find the Big Bang, right? So they're seeing like 14 billion years back, right? And what they found with the James Webb Telescope found fully formed universes that are just like the Milky Way. That's taken 13 billion years to develop.
Oh, yeah.
The farther they look, the closer to the Big Bang they look, they're finding fully formed galaxies.
Yep.
It took us 13 billion years to make the Milky Way. But why are these new ones being born essentially new?
Right.
You know, as big, because it takes time for everything to expand, right? As we spiral out, it comes apart and it finally falls apart at some point.
Yeah.
You know, so it spirals out and goes away. But they're finding these new galaxies that are huge. They're larger than the Milky Way.
You may not have heard of it, but there's actually a controversy now that suggests there was a universe preceding the quote-unquote Big Bang.
Right. Yeah.
And so what we might be seeing are remnants of that other other incarnation of a universe.
Why would they see it? Why would they see it before they see the actual Big Bang? They should see it after we get through the Big Bang, but we can't see it. We're not that far back yet.
Right, but
So
they're
that's
also
an interesting-
rethinking the whole Big Bang theory
That's
as
true,
well.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we're learning and relearning and revising as we look further out. So.
Grumpy Owl says she's having a hard time hearing me.
Hearing Don?
What?
Yeah, move it close.
Let me speak clearly then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I can
yeah,
jack up your volume a little
goodness.
bit. Jack up my volume a little bit too. By God, you should hear us both
Yep.
with no trouble.
Yep.
But Don often doesn't keep the microphone close because he's a loudspeaker anyway.
That's true.
I'm a soft speaker, so I got to have the mic really close.
You should have heard me last year at Vernal.
Everybody heard you last year in Vernal.
Absolutely, at 11 o'clock at night.
There it is. I haven't pushed buttons in so long, I don't remember what they are.
You know, honestly, I'm partially deaf in my left ear, probably because of all the loud music in my life.
Yeah.
But then you add, a few drinks, and Don's kind of loud. It's true.
You are a loud talker. You are. But your voice is one that carries. Mine is very
It's because I
soft.
speak from way down deep.
It's you're talking from your toes on up. Yep. Could be. But I got one more article for you guys tonight. We're going a little bit longer in the news because, by God, we haven't done much newsy stuff I did, I guess, last show a little bit. But we're going to do some more because this one I found this real peculiar. And this is an article from unexplained-mysteries.com. William Shatner calls recent UFO revelations ridiculous.
What?
This is the guy that's made a show on all this weirdness.
Made a life out of this.
Made a lifetime out of all this weirdness.
Wow.
The immortal Star Trek actor called into question the idea that aliens would travel all the way to Earth and then hide.
That is kind of a stupid thing, huh?
Well, are they hiding, though, or are they just...
Well...
Do they maybe not exist in our plane of existence all the time? Maybe they go back to their own. if they're transdimensional. You know, we've heard from a lot of prominent figures involved in space science and UFO research over the last week or two regarding the recent subcommittee hearing on UAPs, and now legendary Star Trek actor William Shatner has joined the fray via an interview with News Nation. I mean, the guy played some roles. It doesn't mean he's an expert.
Right.
You mean some highly intelligent being goes 10,000 light years with advanced technology, arrives here and hides, he said, rebranding the idea ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. If they're going to make that journey all the way here, it just beggars the imagination that they would hide and make it like, peekaboo, I'm here. No, I'm not. I mean, what could we want more than to realize that there are other life forms in the universe that have the same yearnings, he added. What's the universe about? What's after death? I mean, the monumental question would abound, and they would be asking the same questions, but they're not here. If they were, they would make their presence known. See, I disagree with him completely. Just, again, William Shatner is an actor. He's not actually Kirk. He just played Kirk. So I don't know. I mean, fine. He's welcome to his opinion. But people are seeing something, Bill, you know. So
right, yeah.
What is that, Don? What are they seeing?
Michael, I forgot his name.
I don't know either. Not sure where you're going with this.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
They're seeing Michael Myers.
Oh, okay.
In the, stretched out.
Sure. All right. Well, there you go, folks. But this has been a presentation.
That one crashed.
I remembered that button.
Oh. Leave it to him.
I remembered one of my buttons. All right, let's get back to the rest
I've always
of the
been
show.
told I'd never miss buttons.
Let's get back to the rest of the show. I was just going to cough.
Oh.
It was just me coughing.
Hello.
Didn't want to cough right into the microphone.
I'm coughing.
I just muted while I coughed quick. All right. Guess we should be on screen, huh?
Sure, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. We are, I hope you guys enjoyed the news and learned something, if not just the opinion of one actor about whether or not there's aliens here. Yeah, it'd be like bringing my car for an oil change over to Will Shatner's house. It's like, yeah, he maybe could do it, but he's probably not the first choice. So,
oh, that's right. He has been to space. He was on.
He was what on
was he on
Amazon's deal?
The big.
The blue, yeah, the big phallic rocket.
That just goes to show Bezos is a.
He flew a big dick into space.
Hey now.
Well, he'd been pretending to be there for generations, so I guess it's good that he made it.
Oh, did he fly with Elon Musk?
No, I don't think
Bezos, no.
It was Bezos, I thought.
Yeah, was it Bezos?
Yeah, I think he went up with several other people on Bezos's thing. So, anyway, yeah. All right. So next up, ladies and gentlemen, will come a great segment that we've been having a lot of fun with here on the shows. And what is that segment, you might ask? Well, just imagine if our chat community was able to just exist in perpetuity, that you could at any time join together with these people that you've come to know and love during the course of the shows and continue your dialogue. Well, they might call that place Discord, which brings us to the Discord question of the week.
Oh, boy.
All right, Discord question of the week, Don. How you feeling about some Discord questioning of the week?
I got to hand it to Chucky Danger, man. Chucky D, you do some awesome thinking. And so you attribute this one to Artemis RF, so thank you as well, Artemis.
Yeah.
But dang, Always on point.
Always on point. And actually, Chucky posts them a lot earlier than I used to.
Yeah,
so
that's true. This
he's actually better at it than I am.
He's unofficially unofficial.
Yeah, he's unofficially official.
Yeah, there you
now.
go.
But
So,
yeah, let's get to the Discord question of the week.
Absolutely. Chucky posted this one from Artemis RF. Do you think we're living in a simulation? Is there enough evidence to prove that we are or has reality become a case of truth is stranger than fiction? Wow.
Great question.
I think Terrence says, I think on a level many people can see the Matrix, even conjure rain like First Nations in a remote view. So yeah, there is a mystery underpinning that begins with the slit experiment. Schrodinger's cat, observation, God looking at itself. I ain't a clue. But like my feet are on bare earth sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of examples that show that we influence the world around us. So
Absolutely.
is that proof of a simulation, or is it just proof that
just proof of
we
quantum.
create our realities? Yeah,
Quantumness.
yeah, quantum entanglements.
There you go. Ariana Abyss. I believe we're living in a simulation. It's a mirror mind construct that projects whatever you think back at you over time. Now that's an interesting idea because that's actually, that's basically quantum theory, because also quantum mechanics says that no matter what you're looking at, it only manifests when you're looking at it. All of this peripheral stuff isn't really there. It's just a ghost of what you've seen before. And plus you have to remember that what is it called? Persistence, your visual persistence. You're always seconds behind anyhow, because your brain and your eyes take time to translate. So what you're seeing now, you actually saw 3 seconds ago. So interesting ideas there.
I wonder how that works catching a ball, though.
Well, I've caught
Is that
one.
precognition then?
Well, I don't exactly know how that works, but you know what? That's the theories. Colleen Bao. Is it Colleen Bao? I feel that we're living in a simulation, but I don't think the reality.
I think she said, "I don't feel."
I don't feel. That's what I thought I said.
No, you said. I thought you said, "I feel like we're living in a simulation."
I don't feel like we're living in a simulation, but I did. I skipped the word.
Okay.
I don't feel like we're living in a simulation, but I do think reality we thought was real was not reality we were living. Evil seems to be rearing its ugly head more and more, not trying to hide behind closed doors as much. Definitely the truth is far as the world is going, is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, amen.
Sure enough. I mean, that's just being alive. ZX81 version 2. Break everything down to the basics. We are all energy, 99% empty space on subatomic levels. If we are nothing but energy, then we must be part of the same. Only problem with the simulation theory is that it is our own paradox. Who creates the simulation? And who creates him, her, it to make the simulation? We can't access beyond the game we're playing. The real world is beyond our grasp. The same way as a character in a multiverse computer game cannot exist here. We can't exist unless we stop playing the game and unplug. The multiverse is just server hopping. It's all a game. Alien Invasion DLC coming soon. That's interesting because, isn't that exactly what the Barbie movie's all about?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. The Barbie movie.
No, actually I didn't. I just know a lot of people who did. So this guy I work with, he is like, so I heard you went to the Barbie movie. And he's like, yeah, I went to the Barbie movie. You took your sister, huh? Yep. Weird.
I understand it's not really a kid's show, though.
I know it
like it has some innuendo and underpinnings in it that are way not appropriate for children.
Do you know who played Barbie?
Yeah, it was the lady who played
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
She
She was also in a movie called Babylon with Brad Pitt, which was, like roaring 20s and drug infested. Oh my God, it was crazy.
Okay.
She does crazy great.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know how she did in this movie.
Sure.
But anyhow.
She was Harley Quinn in the.
She is Harley Quinn.
The Suicide Gang. Yeah.
She's Harley Quinn. Period.
Yeah.
There is no other anymore.
Gotcha.
Mel Shepherdess says, I think everyone would probably have a different opinion about what they actually mean when they use the word simulation. For example, some people are talking about a literal holographic or computer situation. Some people are talking more hallucination from God. Some might think we're in we're psychological playthings of advanced alien civilization.
Right.
Very, very interesting, etc. Even in each of these explanations, more definition would be needed. I think the thought experiment of simulation theory is pointing out the fact that there are a lot of things behind the curtain, so to speak, and we're only privy to bits and pieces once in a while, if at all. And so, what is the curtain thing all about? What mystery is being veiled from the reality that we've been much more evidently given? If by simulation we generally mean we are beings who have been created by a higher power who has a grand plan for both us and everything he has created or ever will create, then my thought is yes. So there you go. Interesting.
Sure.
Yeah. But then again, also according to that kind of theory, though, there's no coincidences. It's all fate. And what's fate? What is fate a synonym for? The word doom.
Huh.
Period. That's it. But there you go. But those are great ideas. Yeah. What is behind that, and what is the hallucination from God? That's an interesting point there. I've never thought about that. But
Sure.
I wouldn't think of that kind of thing. All right. And that's why we have you people to help us figure things out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Android Paranormal. I do not personally believe that we live in a simulation, not only because I'm religious, but also because when I look at things from an analytical perspective, it doesn't make sense to me personally. Here are the main reasons why a simulation doesn't make sense to me. And notice he is saying specifically, this is me.
Yeah.
Number one, things just feel way too real. Our sense of touch, emotion, and other senses are too real for it to be mechanically simulated. Yeah, because unless it's being manipulated by a higher being as opposed to a computer simulation, it wouldn't know how to translate feel and these emotions properly. They'd know how to do it in a machine way. But if it's being manipulated by a higher being, then it makes a little more sense. 2, we have free will. Even though many things in the universe are out of our control, every human has free will to do whatever they want. A simulation would have rules. Yeah, absolutely. 3, if it was a simulation, one of those rules would almost definitely be not allowing us to even consider the possibility of a simulation. The entity or group that created the simulation would not want the simulation to be figured out, to be able to figure out the truth. Oh, yeah, because then you would become sentient within you'd become your own AI.
You'd be lucid in the dream.
Exactly, yeah. Number 4, just because things in reality sometimes don't make sense or there's a glitch, that does not prove it's a simulation. That could just be a parallel dimension bleeding through portals or matching vibrations for a brief moment. There are many other potential explanations for the weird stuff in our universe. Also, here's something to consider for those who like the simulation idea. What if reality is God's dream or God's imagination? Maybe the Big Bang was the beginning of God's dream. Oh, wow. Would that not also be some form of simulation? Sure. Just something to really make your mind explode. Yeah, those are some good points. And yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got to consider everything. So there you go. ZX81 version 2. Yep, that's what it looks like. CMB, Chasing Mound Builders. The geometry of existence proves that either a divine creator programmed this or some other being did. In any case, the program is sophisticated enough as to be indistinguishable from what one imagined reality would feel like. So either way, the idea of design is inherent in every aspect. Simulation or not, it's still clear design. No, that's true. Yeah, there's
the intelligent design theory versus evolution. Sure.
Eric the Purple Hobbit. No, people in the Matrix trilogy are just great sci-fi movies, but that's all. I've always wondered about the bullet, though. The bullets in the Matrix, aren't they just like the delete button? Geometry. So no, people in the Matrix trilogy are just great sci-fi movies, and that's all. The Bible clearly states in the end time there will be witness to strange things. That's what's happening now. Stop thinking anything Hollywood does is anything but good entertainment. Thank you. Carry on and have a nice life. There you go. Well, yeah, you can't take Hollywood as gospel. There are things that they tell the truth on, but most of it's just imagination. It's all IP. It's all IP. That's all it is. Marie says, I don't feel it's a simulation as much as a parallel timelines that seem to cross from time to time, or some kind of time slip. I believe there's way more to the universe than will ever be revealed in most of our lifetimes, in any of our lifetimes. I mean, look at the videos that some people have gotten where there's birds just hanging in the air. Even some guy recorded an airplane just hanging in the air. What's up with that? Creepy and fascinating all at the same time. It's funny. So anytime you see a small puddle jumper, you need to forget that they only need to move 75 miles an hour to even break plane to gain lift. They don't have to be going that fast. So sometimes when you're looking at puddle jumpers like that, Cessnas and things like that, some of the more basic types, not the higher tech types, you could be driving in a car doing 65 and it looks like it's not moving. That's because you're practically moving at the same speed. So you're saying the same thing regardless. So there are things to remember about that too, though. But yeah, I mean, if it's a bigger plane, like I saw one, it was coming towards a building. It was going to go behind the building, but it stopped. I've seen this video several times and it just stopped. Now, I don't remember if the person was in a car or if they were standing stationary looking up, which is something you have to consider because the farther the thing away is, the slower it appears to go. So it goes along with that same thing I just said about basic puddle jumpers and Cessnas. The higher up it goes, the slower it looks like it's going, right? That's perspective.
Sure. So,
you have to remember these things. But the ones about the birds hanging in the air, those are kind of creepy, actually.
Yeah, some of those are really bizarre. There's so many videos like that out there, and it's hard to know. Now, granted, some of them could be hoaxy.
True.
They could be faked pretty easily.
But
if they are, some of them are legitimate, then it does seem that it's showing something really, really peculiar.
Right.
There's some that like the birds are just like in the air, But the thing is also I'd like to point out with some of those videos, every camera has a frame rate. In other words, it's changing frames or taking multiple images at a certain speed. And sometimes the frame rate of the camera is about perfectly matched to like a helicopter's rotor blades or the beating of a bird's wings.
Yep.
And so it looks like the bird's just hanging there doing this.
And sometimes the prop's not turning on.
Right. Yeah. And the props are locked in position and it looks like something glitchy, but it's actually just that the for whatever reason, the timing of that rotor or the bird's wings are exactly the same as the frame rate of a camera, whatever a frame rate is set for. And so it looks like the bird's just kind of hanging there with open wings, moving side to side, but it's actually flapping, like crazy.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's a good thing to keep in mind as well. But
and also don't forget about what I just mentioned about persistence of vision.
No, I wouldn't dare forget.
So, we only perceive things up to about 30 frames per second. But dogs can see 100 frames per second. So your visual acuity and your persistence of vision have to be considered when you're talking about these things, because it works just like the slit experiment. Because it's just like the slit experiment. What you see is not exactly, or is something from the past, not the future. So there you go, or even the present for that matter. So, yep, there you go.
All right, so
Rachel Gets It Right says our brains create a simulation based on huge amounts of content surrounding us. Who knows what filters out that we can't observe?
Yeah, probably a hell of a lot of spirits and cryptids and all kinds of creepy stuff.
And me.
And the beard.
I'm invisible.
All right, so anyway, thank you to everybody that participated in the question of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Chucky Danger.
Yes, Chucky, thank you.
You rocked it as usual.
And Artemis RF, thank you as well.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Artemis. We appreciate it. And if any of you have questions that you'd like to have asked on the question of the week, let Chucky know.
Let Chuck know.
Chucky's just rocking it. So
Chucky's our boy.
He is.
He's a fella.
He's a fella. All right, so that's going to conclude this part of the show. So
Dun, dun, dun.
let's move on. We're going to do some shout outs. So if you want to shout out,
Start talking.
say something.
Something. Let me tell you something. Roar.
God, I wish you guys got the echo too. You would have heard Don's roar.
Roar.
His totally feral roar.
That was good.
Not so much. It was kind of disturbing. Roar.
That's what makes it good.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
So,
yep.
let's do some shout outs. If you want to shout out, say hi. And Don, take it away.
Wow, this list is short. We've got
Short list?
a short list. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Is it growing?
It,
Don, the list. The
the
list, for
list.
God's sakes. Jesus God.
the slit experiment.
Yeah, you
Aggravated.
got all kinds of experiments going on in your head. Go ahead.
Aggravated Progressive is here. Chucky D, our man. Hi, Elaine. How are you? Grumpy Al. Nice to see you. I hope you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Jess, how you doing, Jess? Haven't seen you in a while, but I know you pop in and out. Flyer Tuck just popped in. Let's see. John Stevenson. Hi, Karen. How are you? Kirsten Lee's here. Maggie M10. More of this, more of that. How you doing? Ninja Dave's here, 1970. RJ Windwalker. Rachel gets it right, is always here. Love ya. Rick's here. Sugar Britches, Wizard Moon 13, and Renee Cruz. Chris just started talking again. And who else? Somebody else just popped in.
Sugar Britches. Yeah, I'm looking.
And that's it. Yeah.
I guess we got everybody.
That's it.
That's
Everybody
chatting.
and just in case Mom's out there, hi, Mom.
Mom's always out there.
Yeah,
She
I
wouldn't dream of being
No.
anywhere else.
Yes.
She's my mom, after all.
She
She has to
loves ya.
support my endeavors.
There
It's a biological imperative. She must support her son's endeavor.
you go.
So if you're new to the show, actually, when you look in the chat and you see Portal Mom, that's actually my mom.
That's actually Mom.
That's her. She's keeping an eye on us. So
One paranormal Americano. I'll take a double, thanks.
yeah, that sounds like a drink.
Yeah. Well,
Doesn't-
yeah.
One paranormal Americano, please. All right, so that was good. Thank you again for everybody that participated in the question of the week. Let me turn that off before I hit the video again.
Oh, Isaac's here too.
Isaac's here.
Yeah.
Good to see Isaac. Thank you for coming in, brother. So what are we going to do now, Don? Well, glad you asked.
Yes, you're welcome. Please.
We're going to do some a glitch in the Matrix
What
stories.
just happened?
I don't even know, Don. None of this is rehearsed. We have no idea what the hell's going on. Where's your hat, Don? Jess is asking.
I'm topless tonight. Don't you like it? That's just a really big D right there. That didn't come out like I meant. That no.
I'm not even gonna not gonna.
It's more like a double D, just a big boob.
That's a. I thought that was your nose, not a nipple. Don's got the hairy boobs. Oh God! All right, so before this goes further into the drain, let's go to some glitch in the Matrix stories. Since we're talking about glitches,
Elaine, that's no fun.
yeah, nobody can say anything to that, Elaine. Way to paint us into a corner.
I'm sorry. Did you say penis?
No, I didn't, Don. Jesus Christ! The hell's wrong? You're lost mic privileges. That's it.
What's new?
Don's muted.
Hey, you know
That's
what's
it.
funny is I talk loud enough they can hear me through your mic.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, you got that loud voice. Can't even mute you properly, for God's sakes. Good Lord. Just a quick. I should just, you know what I should do? I should do the theme music and then just have a repeating loop of a toilet flushing for 2 hours.
Oh wait, I got one. It's from Russ.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like every episode is like a toilet flushing. I'm trying to raise the bar here. It's like it turns into a big whirlpool.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, whoop whoop.
Look, I'm delirious. I have to move and I have to do all this stuff, and I'm just wiped out.
Punchy. All right, so let's
Yep.
get to this article. It is from moneyawaits.com. Eerie glitch in the Matrix moments. We've been going through it for a few days now, but why not just continue?
Absolutely.
It's good material. And again, this is one of those Reddit scrape articles. So they just farm a lot of comments on Reddit and ask questions and stuff. But we're on number 72. This is called 2 Days Notice. This has been playing in my mind for years now. I had a very realistic dream about a friend of mine when we were both 19. Well, in that dream, he passed, and we were sitting against a brick wall talking, and he was telling me that sometimes our time is up and to make the most of it. Well, I woke up the next morning and was completely freaked out. I called him and told him about it. He laughed and said, well, that would suck, but reassured me that he was fine and not going anywhere. 2 days later, I had a call from his parents to say he'd suddenly passed in his sleep. The last time I spoke to him was when I called him after my dream. Wow, that's shocking.
Yeah.
6 Dogs of Mine wrote that one, so yeah, that's freaky. That's precognition, premonition, or is it he was just saying his goodbyes earlier from a different level of his soul consciousness?
Yeah. Soul consciousness. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Some
it's
kind of what is it called? The
like
Akashic records.
yeah,
He already knew it was coming, so
right.
Yeah.
Some part of him knew. Yeah. Or, it was just connected enough that either way, but that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Speaking of sad, of course, today Scott Carpenter was laid to rest. And my heart goes out to the family and everybody that was directly affected by that. I talked to Scott a few times over the years, interviewed him twice, and he was a great guy. And it's certainly a big blow to the community. And so I did watch they actually videoed the burial, and I watched part of that tonight. And it was very moving. And so, again, if you have a chance, if you know who Scott Carpenter is, send his family some love. That's got to be a double tough time for them, and it's certainly a big loss to the community. So, my hearts and prayers go out to them and to him to have a wonderful journey. He's got all the answers now, I would imagine. So, all right. So
I guess Chucky Danger's down in Mexico right now.
Is he really?
Yeah, he said he ate some questionable tacos. I've been down to the Baja Peninsula, and yeah, there's questionable tacos down there. He says, I found out after I ate them that one was cow lips and the other was tongue.
Oh, tongue is actually awesome. I love cow tongue.
I don't know what cow lips would taste like.
I don't know about lips, though. That's basically hot dogs, isn't it?
I don't know. That might
Don't
be
they call it like lips and asses or something?
It might be McRibs. Here's a
Yeah,
McRib
you're
taco for you.
Yeah, but no, cow tongue is amazing. It's actually used to be here up in.
Now we know what happened with all those cattle mutilations.
I'm sorry, was I
This guy
talking?
over here.
Was I actually saying something?
Guy over there.
Hello, is this thing on? I just totally vetoes my conversation. My wife is from Indonesia, and so when she first came over, she's like, "Oh my God!" Because we'd go to the grocery store, and they'd have cow tongue in there. I was like, "Whoa!" I've been to these stores my whole life and never saw cow tongue, and I was like, "Wow!" And I was really, really skeptical about it. I'm like, "Ugh!" And she was gonna cook it, and my God, she cooked it. And it was this amazingly rich and flavorful meat. It's incredible. I was like, "Oh my God! Who would have thought the tongue?"
Right.
So we were digging that, and you could pick them up for like $6. These huge slabs of cow tongue, because cow tongues are enormous. Now you go to the store, and if you can find them, they're like $30 or $40. I mean, like everybody's grabbing up cow tongue now, so it's crazy.
That's because it's cheap now. Well, it's not going to be cheap anymore.
Yeah,
Remember when you
not.
used to have to go to the butcher and actually ask them, "Hey, can I have beef ribs?" And they would sell it to you for 50 cents a pound because it was crap meat. It was just junk meat, right? All they would do is they'd tear it apart and make a hamburger out of it. But now it's like $9 a pound.
Yeah,
$9 a pound, and most of that weight
it's
bone.
bone. You're getting lots of bones.
Ridiculous.
Oxtail's the same thing.
Ninja Dave 1970 says, I was on hike with a group of people with Scott Carpenter just 2 weeks before he died. It's been a huge shock to everybody. Yes, absolutely it has. Well, you got to meet him, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, he was a great guy. So, my heart goes out to you as well, that he was somebody that you knew and had been around. So, it's just tough. It's, I don't know. I guess we're all going to go someday, but we're never ready. Never ready to hear those newses. But anyway, cow tongue. Yeah, it's amazing.
The only time I've had cow tongue here with you.
Yeah.
I remember. I don't actually remember it. What I remember though is the beef heart.
Yeah.
Dang it, it's really, really beefy.
It's very beefy.
It's very beefy.
Yeah, I've eaten things.
I mean, that's got more muscles in it than freaking Lou Ferrigno and
that's a big beefy.
Oh my gosh,
chunk.
But I didn't like it.
No, that's fair.
Like it.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it just isn't. I'm not into sweetmeats and things like that. I'm just not.
It's a sweet meat, huh?
Meat.
All right, let's get to the next one, and this was number 73. Put your hand in mine. You know how on cold days when you breathe on the window inside your car and draw on the glass? Well, yeah, I got in my car one morning, and as I was looking out the windshield, I saw a few baby hands. I thought it was strange that someone would let a baby play in my car's windshield. I went to touch the prints out of curiosity, and as I touched them, I wiped them away. And that's when I realized that the handprints were on the inside of my locked car. This is probably the strangest and creepiest unexplained phenomena that's ever happened to me because I don't have kids. That was by Scooty Puff. Yikes. Baby handprints.
Sweet. Inside
the car. Gnome, maybe?
Oh, inside the car?
Yeah, it was inside the car, Don.
Crawling through the air ducts?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. That's pretty weird.
Some small stuff going on there.
Yeah. Number 74, A Picture's Worth a Million Screams. That's a weird title. My best friend and his mom were moving out of their house and went to take one last selfie in his room. And when he showed the picture to his mom, she asked, who's that? Upon further inspection, he noticed there was a white face, almost like a mask, looking over his shoulder from the attic hatch above his room.
Oh.
He'd always heard things from the attic, but never saw anything.
Wow.
A few weeks later, he went on a wrestling trip and stayed in a hotel. He showed the picture to everyone in our room, and then some spooky things started happening.
He brought it with him.
You're right. We began hearing knocks on our door when nobody was there, and we saw flashes or glimpses of a figure in the mirror in our room.
Wow.
Everyone was pretty freaked out about it. We thought it could be a demon from the picture, and my friend who took it became so paranoid that he played Bible verses to ward off any demons at night. He said ever since he took that picture, he's had weird things happen to him.
Yeah, so you gave it energy.
Yeah, you give it a pathway.
It.
Yep. Xander 221. 20,021, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so that's weird. So is it possible that these beings, that was why it showed itself, was to travel through his device to when he looked at it again? I mean, is that a pathway for them? I don't know. Weirdness. I've heard of them allegedly using the internet. Some people claim spirits can jump over the internet and make things happen. But
think about Robert the Doll. You take a picture of him.
Right. Good point.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you get cursed.
Yep. You're done.
Until you apologize or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to apologize to Robert the Doll, and then things will start getting better. But very strange. I don't know. That's a weird phenomenon. Number 75, The Parasite in My Dreams. Oof. I had a reoccurring nightmare of a terrible parasite sucking the life out of me.
Yep, that sucked.
Yeah. Sometimes it waited for me in dark corners to go to bed.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. My cats always slept on the bed during that time. For me, it was a very stressful time, and I got an itch at the place of my chest where I dreamed the parasite had latched onto me.
Oh, boy.
Well, I ended up making myself sick with worry. I went to my doctor. As it turned out, I had male breast cancer at the age of 28.
Wow.
My doctor ordered a biopsy of the lump that I thought had been this parasite.
Wow.
After I got well again, the dream never came back, and my cats slept in their places again, and not on my bed. The dream was creepy enough that it made my pets protect me.
Wow.
Mechanic 84. Yeah.
Crazy.
How about that? I wonder, so there's a lot of speculation that maybe some diseases, some ailments could be an intelligence, could be an attack. I think that's a horrible thing if that's the case, of course, but what if?
Well, Well, I was just thinking about Dr. Richard Gallagher,
Yeah.
that you just talked to on the new podcast.
Okay.
I wonder what he might have something to say about that.
Yeah, that would be.
Because, and diseases, when you think about diseases, and being in, that's creepy.
Right.
You just creep me out, dude. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, it's part of the portal, dude. Number 76, Silent Night. I had a schnauzer that could hear a cat stalk across a Persian rug. The slightest noise could wake her from a slumber and set her off on constant barking. She made a great tent companion while on solo backpacking trips. One morning, we woke up from a night without interruptions in the backcountry of southwest Colorado, and I found my tent's central line had been replaced. We've read this one before. The aluminum stake that I had used was gone, and instead, there was a piece of aspen branch that had been carved into what looked like a tiki statue.
Ah.
Someone or something had carved a snarling face with teeth into the branch and had heated it in a fire to give it a brown color. My dog, with the most sensitive ears, hadn't made a sound all night. I scrambled out of the tent and looked around the small alpine lake and saw no other campers nor any sign that people had been around. I cut my trip short and hiked the 8 miles back to my car. That was by GNGHS Con Brudadon.
So what happened? I'm sorry, I got interested in something else when you said, but what happened with the branch? What?
So one of the aluminum tent stakes
Okay.
had been replaced with some aspen branch that was carved into a snarling face and then roasted over a fire to make it brown.
That's crazy.
Right. I'm wondering if he kept the branch or did he leave it?
So, the world tree from Norse mythology, Yggdrasil,
Yggdrasil, yeah.
is an aspen tree.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Is an aspen tree. And, so...
Could have been a gift of the gods.
a snarly dog face.
Well, a snarling like
Well,
tiki
snarling
face.
Tiki face. That's kind of
Yeah.
scary. You know what, though? But I mean, tiki faces, they're not meant to be scary to us.
They're meant to be ward off evil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's the way you look at it. So
I would have kept the stake for sure.
the poplar tree is considered a fairy tree on par with the rowan. So there you go.
Okay. Very interesting.
Aspen comes from the Greek apis, meaning shield.
Ah.
So maybe it was something put it there to protect them.
Right, while they were in
There
that
you go.
place.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I think I would have kept the stake though for sure.
Yeah.
Hell, if it was happened to me, it'd be on this on the studio here,
Yeah, no doubt.
right on the wall.
Celts used this light wood for making their shields, combining the physical wood with the spirit properties of the tree to ward off enemies.
Oh,
There you
cool.
go. So yeah, maybe it was a blessing of some type.
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been a great amulet of sorts.
Yeah, yeah.
To hold away. I mean, look at the masks on the wall behind us.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are
scary
snarling,
as hell.
scary masks,
Yes.
but they are meant to scare away evil spirits. That's their purpose.
What about the gray though?
The
gray
gray
mask.
Yeah, that's from the alien.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
there's-
that's just a Halloween decoration.
That's just crazy enough.
No, the wood mask. So, the one on top is
Right,
a
yeah,
Bali
yeah.
symbol. This
Right.
one's from Ruthie, who
Right.
sent it from. It came from Java Island.
Java, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a coconut.
Oh, you know Java Island. You've been near there.
I've been there.
Yeah, see? Yeah, see?
Yeah.
That's what you get for being married to an Indonesian lady.
Yeah.
It's-
You get
it's
to
some awesome
see Indonesia.
coffee. You
Yeah.
get awesome coffee. You
Sumatra.
get the real stuff.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So, all right, let's go to the next one, number 77, take 2, because one's just not enough. Anyway, not long after the attacks on 9/11 on a Friday, I got up to go to class and had one of those mornings. I broke a glass while getting something to drink. Then I tripped over something while going to my car. I was then late to class due to a wreck on the way there. And
Wow.
thankfully, not one of that involved my car. While at school, we heard about a plane crashing.
This guy's having a horrible day.
Yeah, something about the wings blowing off. And I went to work, then went home. And the next morning, my roommate wakes me up asking if I'm skipping class today, after he convinces me that it is still Friday. I get up and go to class, and I then notice that the glass I had broken was no longer broken. On the way to work, I passed the same wreck in the exact same spot. And all day long, I waited to hear about the plane crash, but it never happened. It ended up kind of a normal day, and then the next day, the news broke about how authorities had just apprehended the attempted shoe bomber and prevented his attack.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Based in fact.
I've wondered many times if someone somehow rewound that day to stop the attack, and if I didn't reset with everyone else.
Yeah, so maybe you had shifted.
Yeah, right. Yep. That was by BioStrike 14. That's an interesting story.
Yeah, good one.
I think those rewound days are pretty interesting, as long as it's only one.
Yeah, as long as it's not like
Groundhog's
Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
All the time. Hey, I'm going to go.
Yep, you take care of your business. All right, number 78, accidental profits. A few months before my first car accident, I dreamed about it happening. Everything from the sounds to the placement and the smell was all the same. The thing is that the girl driving tried to get me to find a different ride because she didn't want to do any extra driving that day. And after the crash, I told her about my dream. Her reply made my blood run cold. She said she'd had the same one the night before, and that's why she didn't want to drive. Freaky stuff, dude. That was by Satan's Pet. Oy, oy, oy. Seriously, people. Number 79, the bells are ringing. Bells will be ringing. All right, that's about all I know. My partner and I both have the same vivid memory of something happening that never actually happened. We're both convinced that our friend was with us at another friend's wedding and that he fixed the sound system during the reception. Except that the friend that we remember fixing the sound system was not at the wedding and does not even know the person who's getting married. But we both distinctly remember our friend not only being there, but actually saving the day. We sometimes catch ourselves talking about it and once praised our friend for saving that wedding. And he was like, "What? Who's X? I wasn't even there." Wow. That was by Pink Mongoose. That's pretty crazy. The Pink Mongoose. All right, so I think I'm going to stop there. I'm just kind of curious. There's 80. How many more are left? Yeah, there's enough for another segment. So we're going to stop at number 80 there because I want to get to another article that I've pulled up for your enjoyment. And this one is going to be more visual, folks. This one. But I'm here to tell you, it comes from a source that I've only actually found one other time and used in the history of my show because I was like, what? But I'm familiar with several of the examples brought up in this article. So I know that it's legitimate. It's just the source is so mind-boggling because I just would have never thought this would be a source for material for the show. But, no, this isn't it. This is it. Okay. Let me get back up to the top here. Okay. Now, for the record, as far as I knew, this publication was kind of a competitor to Mad Magazine. But apparently they have a whole variety of different articles. And this is cracked.com. I don't know if many of you are familiar with Cracked, but it used to be a publication. Mm-hmm. That was pretty much just an offshoot or competitor to Mad Magazine. Yep, but Cracked brings us 36 creepy photos that even complete skeptics can't explain. So I don't know if that's completely true, but it's a good title. It was written by Brian C. Miller and Cracked Writers, July 31st, 2023. So it's a new article, but I thought these were good because these are some pretty good ghost photographs. And I hope you guys can see them all right, but they're mostly in meme form, but it says, "Is this the ghost of a little girl?" The photo was taken this month by a couple on a Baltimore ghost tour. The tour owner said she suspected it might be photoshopped until she was told the couple showed the picture to the guide right after taking it. So is that a little ghost girl reaching out like, "Hi"?
Yeah, we've talked about this one before.
Yeah.
A long time ago, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
those pictures are so crazy, though.
right. That is creepy.
Yeah.
Number 35, the Hampton Court Palace, Skeletor. And this one there's a video of, not here, but there is a video of this thing opening and shutting that door.
Yep.
But this is a capture of it. In 2003, security staff noticed a strange skeletal figure opening and closing the palace doors on the CCTV video. The video is strangely compelling.
Strangely compelling. It's very compelling.
Yeah, it's really kind of good because it looks like
Yeah.
a very dated wardrobe as well.
Right. Yeah.
But
Period.
right, very much period clothing to the 1700s or whenever, somewhere around there. But yeah, it's
Far
very
back,
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. But I don't know. The fact that it's all white like this, wasn't that a fashion thing where people would really powder the hell out of their faces way back when?
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah. There we go. Hey.
Hey, I can hear
Hey,
you better.
finally. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they powdered their faces and their
Right.
wigs and stuff, and I don't have an idea why, but yeah, I mean, I remember
Fashion.
Johann Sebastian Bach and Mozart having powdered faces,
Yeah.
and even George Washington and everything. So
Yeah, they had the periwigs and stuff. Yeah, yep. So yeah, I mean that's a famous, very famous capture, and it did apparently come from the castle's CCTV
right.
footage. But you can find the video of it out there if you look, and it's pretty creepy. This one's number 34, Brother's Ghost. This 1968 picture apparently shows Robert Ferguson's brother, who had died in World War II, next to him.
Nice.
Double exposure? Well, as this is a Polaroid, that's almost impossible, and a rare double exposure, Polaroid would have less contrast. Also, notice the difference in lighting and in the two men's ears. They don't look like the same person. Yeah, they really don't.
No, they don't.
That's crazy. I love those images, though. I think it's really neat.
Right.
They're just very, very rare. You think if you were a ghost, wouldn't you be photobombing everybody down?
Hell yes. Oh yeah. I'd be like Casper's friends,
Yeah.
Watch me do this thing.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be razzing it all
I'd be
up.
all right. Yeah.
Number 33, Guardian Angel. A picture taken by Sharon Boo, a firefighter in New York, shows what she claims to be a guardian angel at the scene of a car wreck. The driver, Rose Benvenuto, didn't suffer any major injuries despite the damage to her car.
Look at that car.
Yeah, that's Hamburger. No kidding, she had a guardian angel. Woof.
Yep.
Thank God. Good for her. Number 32, Los Angeles UFO. This is from the 40s during World War II. This is an unretouched LA Times photo of a supposed UFO over Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. It's the Battle of Los Angeles.
The thing blocks searchlight beams, so it isn't smoke or a cloud. And in its weird oval shape means it isn't a plane or a balloon either. And that's, they've been trying to explain that away forever.
Yep.
Back in the day. And even currently there's a lot of people that want to debunk this or say it's not real. But, I mean, it is blocking the light. Mm-hmm. Those lights would be continuing outward, but maybe there's something to the fact that it's where they're all coming together. But you think you'd still see the light continuing. But anyway, who knows? Number 31, The Intruder. Grieving mom Jennifer Hodge, who lost her son in 2016, received a notification on her phone alerting her that an intruder as she was watching television. Her security camera captured an image of the intruder, which she claimed to look a lot like her deceased son.
Wow.
Aw. That's kind of cool, but it's also kind of sad. It's like, why is he sticking around,
He needed a glass of milk.
Yeah, maybe. No face, no arms. This picture taken in Hungary in 1942 has a girl in the background without arms or a face.
Looks like she's back to us anyhow. Well, actually, look at her feet.
Yeah, the feet are forward.
Yes.
So,
Samara.
yeah, I mean, her arms theoretically could be behind her back,
Correct.
but the face really is very, very dark. That's pretty crazy. There are no obvious signs of 1942 era retouching, and the physical photo has the size and outer trim style that were popular at the time, making it very likely to be from that era. Yeah, I mean, it could just be a trick of the exposure of the light, but it could also be something otherworldly.
What do they call that one from Korea? The little girl in red.
Oh, I can't remember the name.
So
That
something
thing-
like that, though. But that's obviously not in red. But still,
Right.
The point is.
The next one is one of the most famous ones, and I use it on some promotional images from time to time. But
That's because it's in great frame.
yeah,
That thing is a perfect frame.
it really is. It couldn't have been more ideal. The Brown Lady of Raynham Hall, Raynham Hall. In 1936, while taking photos of Raynham Hall for Country Life magazine, Captain Hubert C. Provand and his assistant noticed a vapory form which gradually assumed the appearance of a woman, coming down the stairs towards them, and snapped what's widely regarded today as one of the most famous ghost pictures ever taken. Yeah, that's a brilliant capture, and it's been around forever.
Yep.
I'm sure it's the real deal. That's incredible.
But that I gotta throw a question mark in there though. It is so perfectly in frame,
Sure.
and she is so perfectly. Well, she's slightly off to the right in center, but I mean, it's just like she's standing there posing.
Right, but
So
it was actually coming allegedly down there.
Yeah.
Now this is a trained photographer
Yeah,
too,
sure
you know.
enough, yeah.
So I mean, he's not just some schmuck with a cell phone. This is a guy that took photos for a living. So
Right.
the fact that he framed the shot well, I think, is just instinctual. But yeah,
Yeah, because he was just taking a picture of the stairwell.
Right.
She just happened to be there.
right.
It's kind of an incidental thing. Oops.
Yeah,
I
they
got
were
caught.
They were just doing a spread of this whole estate for their magazine.
And that's why it's so perfectly
Yeah.
framed.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yep.
it's just awesome. Speaking of things being recorded with the potato, did you see my video recording the other night
Of what?
of REO Speedwagon? It was recorded with my potato phone. It's just horrible.
Yeah, I did.
But,
I did see that.
REO Speedwagon was awesome. It was great. Loved it.
Take it on the road, baby.
That was one of the first songs I played. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Nope,
Yeah.
not at all.
All right, I think I gotta take a quick break
Oh, okay.
because I gotta blow my beak, or I'm gonna end up with a little mess.
Snotty lap.
All right, so buckle up, folks. We'll be
Quick
right
break.
back in just a couple minutes here. So don't go away. More coming up. We'll get through the rest of this and more. Be right back.
Everybody likes to play their games. Everybody loves to place their bets. They don't understand the price I paid. They don't care to comprehend. Trace the lines upon my body, flipping scars across my heart. Raging anger pours inside me as their lies keep falling apart. But I'm not broken yet. I'm not broken yet. I'm not broken yet. I am finished with my silence. I am not a stupid boy. you're just another fucking ass. Taking off the slice of my sanity, just make sure that you're well fed.
Not yet. We're not broken yet. Boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Thanks for your patience as I cleared the chute, as it were.
You know, your innuendo is as bad as my straight out saying it. You know that, right?
I meant blowing my nose, though.
Uh-huh.
That's it's not the shoot I was thinking of there,
Whatever
buddy.
you say, buddy.
Whatever. But we were going through this article from cracked.com, which shows some ghostly pictures. And we just covered the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. And so, again, amazing photo. Still stands the test of time. This is back in the film days, and there was no digital editing. And apparently the negatives also featured the same image, so it wasn't like it was some darkroom trickery. It was the real deal. So, and there is a legend of Raynham Hall, apparently of a woman who was locked in there by her husband, and what was that?
The lights just blinked.
Like all? Was it just
I'm not
up
quite
there?
sure.
I thought it was all of them. Didn't it seem like all of them?
It did, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I guess the lights blinked in
Oh,
here.
you don't have the ghost detector on.
No, I don't. I don't.
That's because the ghost's trying to say, "Hey, you know what? You're
Hey,
not
I'm
trying-
here.
Oh,
I'm here.
hello.
Hello.
Knock, knock, knock."
I guess I could turn on one of the ball here to see if it continues to go off or not. It's right there.
Oh, sure, yeah, and I got two of them sitting right in front of me.
One of them's almost dead though.
Well, that's
Yeah.
because you let your ghosty friends play with it all night.
Yeah, well, they I don't let them. They just do.
Wow.
They're just triggering. I was
La-ti-da.
well, I'm just saying, Don. Apparently, I'm pretty popular
There you go.
with the spirits. All right. So let's get to the next one from crack.com. And this one is Tantalon Castle, I guess. This one's kind of a creepy one because apparently up here, just for some backstory, there's no floor. It's just a wall.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow still, this image was captured there. It says, what's weirder is that well, it's starting out like it's already underway. In 2008, this weird face was found in a picture taken at Tantalon Castle in Scotland. What's weirder is that the family found a similar face looking out the uppermost window in a picture taken 32 years
Wow.
previously.
Wow.
Yeah,
So the
apparently
one in
whatever this is still there.
Wow.
I wish we could blow it up though. Yeah, it does look like the same face.
I'd say so.
Just a different perspective, looking down versus looking more straight ahead.
Right.
But wow, Z's. Someone's hanging out in Tantalon Castle and they don't look happy to be there. Or they just didn't look happy back in those days. I remember this one. I used to love these videos. These come out of Mexico. There was several of them actually, but so allegedly
That's the gnomes.
the gnome. Yep. Who knew garden gnomes? Fancy late night walks too. They fancy late night walks too. Yeah, this is out of Mexico, and there was a few videos coming out of there. One is this one, but another one shows one hopping, like coming across the street, hopping at some people,
Right.
and then they scream and run away. But
Well, and then there's the kids that were playing soccer.
yeah,
They ran behind that building.
yeah,
Behind a wall.
yeah, but that was much, much littler. These look from the scale on this one and the one hopping one, they look to be about
2 or 3
2 feet. Yeah, about 2 feet.
Yeah.
But that one with the soccer ball looks like it's about 8 inches.
Oh, okay.
You know, you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a vague memory. I should remember it better because we've talked about it, but I don't. But this one, yeah, this one looks. This falls into Robin Moose Shadows.
Yes,
realm right
this would
there.
be like a proto-pygmy, like a red cap or something. Yep. But yeah, apparently, I mean, it's if I was going to envision what a gnome looked like, this would be it. Kind of creepy, but these are out there. Yeah, Duende, Berticuda says, yeah,
Yep.
Duende could be the Hispanic version of what we call gnomes, just called Duende down there. Yep. Here's a cool one. This is the Ghostly Soldier. This is a pretty famous one as well. This photo taken in 1919 shows an extra ghostly face behind one of the airmen. The members of this squadron recognized him as Freddie Jackson, an air mechanic who had been killed a few days earlier and whose funeral took place on the day the photograph was shot.
There you go.
Yeah, he apparently photobombs. This would be Don or I after we pass.
There you go.
You'll look for us in photos. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll be there. Anyway. Nah, this is a pub ghost. This one's also very famous.
That actually
This
might
is
be
yeah.
Pub ghost.
So this one is really cool because it's flickering, like it's coming from a different dimension. It's very unusual. But this is a very famous video from out of England. A ghostly figure can be seen flickering in and out of sight in the CCTV footage taken at a pub which dates from 1251.
Wow. Yeah.
A building from 1251, Don, is still standing. That's
still,
amazing.
It's still a bar.
Yeah, it's still a
always been
pub.
bar.
The pub is reputedly haunted by the ghost of James Stanley, who spent his last hours there before he was beheaded.
Wow, that's a great way to lose your head.
What did they think? They brought him in there for a last drink or something?
Maybe.
You know,
Here,
like it was, what do you
here's
want?
Some anesthetic.
One last wish. I'd like to have a drink, please.
I'd like to have about 40 of them, please.
Yeah, let's just
die. Let's die of alcohol poisoning first.
just pass out and just get it done. Get her done.
You know, I have a question though. So regarding that one there, that's off a camera, right?
Yeah.
So remember when you were talking about how the frame rate was the same as the fluttering of the wings and the
right?
You know, what if that was the exact opposite? What if that was it not lining up with
Not
the
matching.
frame rate, and it's a person that just went in there to do something and got caught in the wrong side of the
well, then they would be
shutter.
illuminated all the time, though, because you'd have to have if this was a person not being there, they would have to be moving at superhuman speeds, like Flash quality,
like
in order to flicker like that.
vampires?
Well, yeah, like vampires, sure. If they truly could move like as fast as their legend says, but yeah,
Just
if it was,
saying.
yeah, but if it was a person, they wouldn't flicker out of reality at all, because there's not enough quick motion that wouldn't show up. So, very interesting though. That one's been around a long time too, and again, I think it's very legitimate. Yep. This one is a dashboard cam ghost. Video captured by a dashboard camera shows a white ghostly figure that appears to attack the cab in front, making the cab driver swerve off the road. Now, to me, this one, it's unclear what the strange apparition was or where it came from. Now, there is a flash inside the car after it allegedly hits there, but I thought it looked like a searchlight,
Yeah, like a spotlight on the cop car.
Right, that's what I was thinking, but why is there only flashes in the car after that? Could that be retouched maybe? Could it just be, who knows? Could be a gunshot in the car.
Yeah,
Like somebody got shot, somebody shot another person. I don't know. I think this one might be they're being pursued by police or something, and that's the searchlight being swung into direction, and then
But
gunshots.
there would be red and blue flashers though.
Probably would see more. Yeah, you probably see some of that too. You're right. I don't know. It's just very curious. I don't know the full story of this one. This one's new to me, so I'm just calling the shots that I see.
So let's go back to our evidence review. What do you say, Brent?
I'm thinking that this might be a lot more to the story than's being covered here.
Sure enough, but
Yeah.
I still think nothing here, folks.
Nothing to see here.
I don't think
Move
so,
along.
yeah.
Move along. Yeah, that was one of our phrases from at the end of every video. We would review them. We were doing React videos before anybody else,
That's true.
and I got copyright strikes for them. So
That's true too.
that's why they're hidden now. But
That's true.
the CCTV footage of a late night dinner in Burbank caught an eerie apparition running towards an employee to give him a hug.
That's a diner.
Diner. What did I say? Dinner? Oh, yeah, it's a diner. Don's right. Don's right.
I know my food stuff.
Don's cued into the culinary terms.
Let's see, to give him a hug, huh? Oh,
I
wow.
guess, yeah, there is something
yeah,
running at
yeah.
the person. And it's, the nice thing is that he's absolutely solid, but whatever this is not.
Not
So
very, no,
the frame rate sucks though, but it's just a GIF, so we don't know how much, if there's more in the actual video or not, we don't know. This one's an old classic too.
Yeah, that's definitely an old classic.
There's a phantom backseat passenger in this 1959 photograph. The photo first started getting analyzed decades ago, so it's unlikely that it had been tampered with, since only professionals could accomplish that before PCs showed up. It's not double exposure either, because that would duplicate the whole photo, not just one part. Interestingly enough, I think this was a stepmother of this guy, or mother, that had just recently passed away, they thought.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I remember it was. I think I think you're right.
Yeah.
Some kind of family member. Yeah.
Yep. So there was a family member that's elderly that had just passed, and they thought that this was exactly what she looked like. So maybe she was on the drive with them.
Yeah. Hardwick. Yeah, I'm kind of going topless tonight. It's kind of a rare thing. So
Well,
yes,
at least you can.
Don does have hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're verifying that you do have hair.
It's not going to be on for long because I'm getting the solar panel, as Brent says, right back here. Got to keep the tools.
Don will be
tuned up,
supercharged then. That's it.
That's what she said.
All right, strange figures. The next one, 21. What's the bizarre figure in the middle of this photo?
Hi, happy girl.
Looks strange, but this could be a long exposure photo, and that might be a blurry person in motion. But if that were the case, then the kid in the green shirt from the far right would be way, way blurrier.
That's true. Yeah.
And what is this creepy little thing? It does look like a bunch of rags. It looks like a rag doll, but not in a good way, like a really bad version. Like
a cursed version.
Yeah, like a cursed version. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of creepy to think it might be lingering there among all these kids. But I mean, it looks like it's really there, but again, who knows? All right, this is Costa Rica UFO. This anomaly appeared in a single frame of Costa Rican mapping data in 1971. That's a saucer. The two-part report in the Journal of Scientific Exploration ruled out a double exposure or a reflection. The report concluded, while it may not be inexplicable, it is at least unidentified. Well, that's fair enough, yeah. Okay, so it's way over here, really, right off the coast area. Huh. Yeah, that's something that shouldn't be there. Could that be a UFO? I think so. Especially from 1971. In the background of this hiker's photo, a tall, thin figure with apparently no face can be seen standing on a slope too steep for a human and in an inaccessible spot. Yeah, that does look like a person. Over here. Or no, here.
Yeah.
It's right here, yep.
Yeah.
So apparently it's way too steep to stand on anyway, but it's also not accessible that people should be there.
Tell that to the goats.
The goats, well, yeah, they can go up a sheer wall, for God's sakes.
Rachel says, I thought it was a Mandela effect. Don's never worn a hat.
Yep, we've defied all logic here. The White Lady at Worsted Church. 1975, Diane Bartholot's husband took a photo of her sitting in a pew at St. Mary's Church in Worsted, UK. When they developed the picture, they noticed a mysterious ghostly figure. Diane, now in her 80s, claims that the White Lady healed her and has kept her healthy throughout the years. Well, that's cool. Yep, there she is, the White Lady. Very luminescent.
Very good, yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I like that one, just simply because of the story of it.
Yeah.
Yep,
she was sick and praying for help, and there was her blessing right there.
There we go.
And it got captured.
We need to get RJ Windwalker on the podcast talking about his stories, so,
Okay.
Yeah. You need
RJ
to go,
Windwalker needs to get a hold of me, then.
Go to Paranormal Portal homepage.
.net.
.net. And do interview me, and let's get you going. Come on. You've got stories out there. So there's somebody else, Maggie, too. Has Maggie been on the podcast?
I don't know. No, but she's called in.
She's got to call and get on the
know.
podcast.
I can't remember if she has or not. I've done only several hundred of them, so
yeah, it's hard to remember.
Hard to remember.
Several hundred is.
I know Maggie's called in a ton of times.
Yeah, absolutely. But
and shared a lot of her
we
stories.
need to introduce her to our podcast people too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, any of you out there, if you have stories and stuff, we'd love to talk to you. We love my first love is interviewing people with experiences. My second love is, of course, interviewing people in the fields that are maybe well known and stuff. And my third love is just talking about stuff like we do here on the show. But the point is, I love the whole show, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. So go to paranormalportal.net and let me know if you want to be interviewed.
Yeah, scroll down here. I'm going to post that in the. Let me post the address, and just scroll down to where it says "Interview Me."
Yeah, there's a button that says "Interview Me."
There you go.
And that's how you do it. All right. So it's a very cool story there. This one is New Mexico Police Station CCTV catches a ghost walking in a fenced area that can only be entered or exited through a gate that triggers an alarm when opened. And there's the apparition walking back there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, we got a question in the chat here.
Okay. What's the question?
The question is, Mary Wilsted says, "Hi all, I need some advice. Both my husband and I saw a shadow being in our driveway last night separately. Should we be worried?"
I don't know that just seeing one is something to worry about. Did it look like it was focused on you guys, or was it just there and you happened to catch it? Both of you catching it is kind of interesting, but I think might be a good idea to do some cleansing, just in case.
Right.
Certainly, it's hard to say. I don't know your history, and I don't know what you've been exposed to or in the past, or if this is a brand new experience for you. But seeing a dark, shadowy apparition doesn't necessarily mean. I mean, we oftentimes have ideas like the old Western movies. The bad guys wore black and the good guys wore white, and so we often attribute the fact, it's a dark, shadowy figure, it must be evil. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that. I think apparitions can choose to appear however they want to, and it's not necessarily a reflection on them being benevolent or malevolent. It's just our stereotypes that we have built into us. But how are you feeling? Are you feeling like there's something changing? Trust your intuition on these things a lot. I think that intuition, our gut feeling, is really our first warning sign that something's not right. So if things are not feeling right, then maybe start cleansing, utilizing techniques that are powerful to you.
Right.
Again, I often get asked about cleansing. How do you cleanse? Well, what do you believe?
Yeah.
If you're Christian, use Christian methodologies like prayer, holy water, blessings, ask for protection, divine guidance, reading Bible verses are very powerful. The Lord's Prayer, there's a bunch of them. Putting crosses or crucifixes up, depending on your vision of that. If you're Muslim, use Islamic traditions. If you're Jewish, use Jewish traditions. If you're more esoteric, use those traditions. Certainly, there's lots of ideas, but there's no one size fits all for this. But yeah, if you feel like something's going on, then do some rudimentary cleansing. Make statements out loud like you're not allowed in this house if you're evil or mean harm to anyone in here.
Draw your lines.
Yeah, you got to claim your space for sure. You have a right to be there, and these things don't. And so if you're uncomfortable with them, tell them you need them to leave, or they need to leave. It's not a choice.
Right.
But if you think it just might be something odd or weird, then maybe just see how it plays out. Again, don't jump to the conclusion that just because you saw something dark means that there's something evil. It's just you saw something dark. And
so she says it wasn't in our house though; it was outside.
Yep.
But yes, we'll do prayer and cleanse. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's always a good thing anyway. And those things are always good just to knock down any excess energy.
And spring cleaning, you should be doing it during spring cleaning and before the closing of fall, because it just
as baselines.
Yeah, just baseline. Like you check your batteries in your fire alarms every 3 months, right? It's just practice. It's good practice.
Yeah, and Lord knows we carry a lot of energetic baggage with us anyway, and we imprint it on our homes. So
Tulpas.
Yeah, we can cleanse our own homes anyway without any spiritual activity, just because it's probably a good thing to do anyway. Just keep our environments light and positive. So, yeah, using candles, incenses, sounds. Some people use like the singing bowls and stuff like that.
Sure.
There's lots of different methodologies for cleansing, but whatever resonates with you, use that, because that's what makes it powerful.
Apples.
Apples.
Yeah, because an apple a day does what?
Well, if you're worrying about doctors, use apples.
So an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So what happens when you throw them? Keeps everything else away.
Well, unless they like apples.
It just depends on how hard you throw them.
Yeah, this might be a dinner bell for some things, but
true.
anyway, yep. So that's on Mexico Police Station. Here's number 16, moving wheelchair.
Is that where Chucky is right now?
Yeah, maybe
Mexico
Chucky.
Police
Watch
Station.
out for the ghosts in the security cameras. A security guard at this hospital captured this wheelchair moving on its own.
Right.
The eerie part is how the right wheel of the chair turned first, just like how a person in a wheelchair would steer it. Sure, if you want to turn left, you push the right
but
wheel.
It's turning to look towards the person, though.
Right.
It's not turning to the left away.
Right.
It's turning towards,
No,
which is even
it's
weird.
turning towards the left by moving the right wheel. So,
Right.
yeah.
But it's turning towards the person instead
Right,
of
that's-
away, going
yeah.
the other way, which is freaky in and of itself.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But it's not like it's just an uneven floor.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just standing there, it's sitting there idle and then suddenly starts turning towards you. That's a pretty significant piece of evidence right there. Yeesh. Now, could it be fake? Sure. Somebody could have a little fish line on there and just be pulling. But if it's real, it's pretty creepy. Number 15, the real UFO footage. This stuff I think has been covered to death. So the Tic Tac craft. Yeah. Right, Don?
What's that?
Covered the Tic Tac
Yep,
craft to death.
absolutely. About to death, yeah.
Yeah. So this one's a good one. A Michigan couple caught this footage on a nanny cam. There's the baby in the crib, and you can definitely see an apparition walking through there that's transparent. Footage appears to show something walk by the crib with the baby noticing. In addition to the footage, the couple have also found scratches on their baby.
Get the hell out of there, Carrie Ann.
Yeah, you got to get that place cleaned. That whatever the hell that is needs to get gone.
He's in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, Puerto Vallarta. The CCTV of a homeowner, Joey Nolan, captured two white entities lingering around his house late at night. And they do look like they're walking. I mean, like that one coming around the corner is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Based on their sizes, they look like a child playing with their pet.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a time slip.
Yeah, that might
That does
be
look like a little dog,
a
doesn't it?
cat or a dog, yeah.
Right, look at how it comes forward and then goes, oh, can't catch me. Then it goes, meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Crazy.
Yeah. Is that actually the spirits of those things or is it an imprint? I don't know.
Hey, so if Maggie doesn't have a lot to talk about, like for an hour, could she just call in and do like, a few minutes of what she's done, and we could put in like a shorts, string a lot of them together of random phone calls that came in that had interesting stories. Would that work for a podcast?
I mean, we've done it before. Sure.
Absolutely. So I don't know why you haven't called yet, Maggie.
Well, I mean, don't call the live show though.
Well, no. Call set up, interview me.
Yeah, set it up and we
get
can
you
have a
there.
conversation and cover what you got.
Absolutely.
I could include it in an episode with listener emails or whatever. Yeah.
Or RJ can call in and give us a story for that too.
Yeah.
Having a listener podcast episode.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan to me, chick.
All right. Number 12, a strange mist. A mist-like apparition appears in a photograph taken by BBC journalist. Chris Sandy captured this image at the Jenner Museum, Berkeley, which is famous for being haunted. And after he reviewed the footage, he went to the same spot where the figure stood and found nothing that may have resembled the apparition. Yeah. Looks like there's someone standing there in the door.
Is that standing or is that somebody sitting in a chair with their arm up on like a table or something?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
It's still there.
It's
Doesn't
still
matter.
there.
Still
Looks like a being. A being. Number 10, the Greencastle photographs. This one's kind of tragic because this team went there and caught all this amazing footage. This is back in the 80s, I think they caught it. I think it was in Indiana. Yeah, Greencastle, Indiana. After they took the footage and it started to be getting well known, the farmer who owned this derelict house, derelict mansion, got sick of all the attention and he bulldozed the place. It's like, oh my God, wow, really?
Yeah.
So two ghost hunters nabbed these images while exploring derelict mansion in Greencastle, Indiana. The lower left image is digitally enhanced and reveals this. So yeah, you can see the skull face. It's this one.
Okay.
but it looks like it almost looks like the Nosferatu guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks creepy. Now there's some great video that they captured as well. I remember seeing this covered on several paranormal shows back in the day, and some of the video that they caught was just astounding, really astounding. So it's really kind of tragic that this place was wiped out after that because the farmer didn't want all that attention that it was bringing. So he just got rid of it. Number 10, something's behind him. Oh, this is the Xbox Connect guy when he was checking it out. You can see this shadowy apparition back here.
Yeah, and that's not a Connect thing. That's a shadowy apparition.
Yeah, exactly. Something appears behind him as he's fixing his Connect. Yeah, that's creepy, crazy stuff. This one's the diamond-shaped object. On the night of December 29th, 1980, Betty Cash, Vicky Landrum, and Colby Landrum were driving home when they noticed a diamond-shaped object hovering in the sky. When they returned home, they all experienced vomiting, diarrhea, and burning sensation on their skin. Oh, maybe that's what's going on with you, Don.
No, that was so to go back to questionable tacos. I had Jack in the Box. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I had the Jack in the Box tacos.
Oof.
Yeah. So.
Over the next few days, blisters formed on Betty's skin and large clumps of hair started falling out of her head. A radiologist examined the group and determined that they suffered from secondary damage to ionizing radiation.
That was a extraterrestrial vehicle of some type.
Yes, I think that's... Most definitely. I mean, what a horrible thing. They had no business getting that close if it would hurt people.
Yeah.
This one's an old video, too. It's been around for a long time, but the Blockbuster Ghost videos.
Oh, yeah.
The cart moved by itself, and then games are getting knocked off the shelves. Yeah, we'd be cranky, too, if we're stuck haunting a Blockbuster. Yeah, first the employee's cart moves seemingly by itself. He looks, then he's over there stacking the videos, and then they start falling from the shelf behind him. And he's like, nope, I'm out of here.
He's finally getting the message. Get the hell out.
He's getting the hell out.
I'm out.
Yeah, that's some great footage from Blockbuster days back in the day. Number 7, haunted ventriloquist. Collector in Liverpool, England, recently captured this video of a 1940s era ventriloquist dummy. The door just opened a few moments later. Watch the eyes and the mouth. Blinking its eyes and moving its mouth.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
And watch the door. Whoop.
And the eyes opened when the door. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
The eyes opened. When the eyes opened, the door opened.
Oh. So you got to wonder through the course of a career of a ventriloquist, do they imprint enough energy into these dummies that they become even sentient?
They're not dummies anymore.
Right.
They're sentient.
Yeah, they're yeah, they're not.
That's why they get mad, because you keep calling them they're just ventriloquist dummies.
Yeah.
I'm not a dummy.
It's not my term though. It's not my fault. 6, the pantry ghost.
I was made this way.
Yeah, exactly. A family filmed multiple videos of a ghost that was apparently living in their pantry, despite the door always be mysteriously opening to reveal a vacant pantry. And you look in that window when the video happens. Little girl comes up, looks right in the window. After the door opens seemingly by itself in one long take clip, viewers get a close-up shot of the pantry where there's neither a string on the doorknob nor a visible hiding spot within, but a figure somehow shows up as soon as the door is closed. That's just wrong. That's why you don't have glass doors on your pantry. Just wood doors. You can't see it then. Number 5, Jerusalem floating orb. Oh, this has been around for a long time too. After, it says in 2011, 3 people filmed a strange floating orb descending over Jerusalem. After a few moments, the orb flashes and shoots straight up and out of the frame. The guys making the video have a genuinely shocked reaction, and the 3 slightly different angles make it very real. Yep. So those are 3 different takes of the same event. A couple flashes and boom, it just shoots right up. That's crazy. Just do, boom.
Oh,
yeah. It just shoots right up at night. Perfect right angle. Gets right the hell out of there. Number 4, among the tombstones.
Oh, yeah.
Watch the graves. Yeah, you got to watch this grave right here. Something's peeking.
Yeah.
Because there might be something watching back. Now, again, this one's a little more ambiguous.
Yeah. Could it be somebody over there paying respects?
It does seem kind of
Whatever.
translucent, but it could be really easy to fake. You know, this kind of video, when it's so ambiguous like that, it's just basically a cloudy
Right.
form. Could be the real thing, but I don't think you can rule it out. This one was pretty cool. This is on
Oh yeah, I've
Twitch
watched.
or- yeah.
I just watched this one again just recently. Yeah.
cabinet doors opening on their own.
Yeah.
So it says a cabinet door is seen opening by itself in the YouTuber's tutorial video. Minute later, it slams shut. Yeah, that's, and the guy's reaction looks pretty organic.
Pretty genuine.
Yeah, it's like, "Ugh." He does that quick hop at perfect time. Like, "Yeah." Yeah, I don't know what kind of activity he's had there or what the backstory of this is, but yeah, this is a pretty fascinating video when it came out. That was number 3. Number 2, another dog. As the dog owner is calling out to her dog, another one comes running towards her. Yeah, you can see the wisp of it came by, and then the little one coming. First, there's the ghost dog, and then there comes the real one. According to the owner, the apparition is believed to be a recently deceased dog, Sadie, which died a week before this video was shot. Even in death, the dogs can still be loyal to their owners.
Absolutely.
I believe wholeheartedly they stick with us, and very well could be caught on film the same way. Number 1, the Virgin Mary. One of the most famous Marian apparitions happened in Cairo, Egypt in 1968 above the Church of the Virgin Mary. At first, people reported to the police that there was a woman attempting suicide. Then a crowd gathered in front of the church. What they saw was captured in this picture, which, according to the many viewers, was a clear apparition of St. Mary. The apparitions became more frequent until they stopped in 1971.
Oh, I know why they stopped.
Why?
I was born in '71.
Oh, that'll do it. Yep. It's
Scared her away.
the counterbalance. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. Very interesting. But
Yeah, that's cool.
I hope you guys enjoyed those because it's just something a little more visual and fun to look at. Many of them, I'm sure you guys are well familiar with, but cool all the same.
Well, Dan Shannon says, how many of the videos do you think are fake? Well, that's always a possibility, especially with our technology nowadays. And you know what? With our technology nowadays, we could go back and fake so many older photographs without even thinking about it.
Right.
Honestly, yeah, there's a good bet that some of them may be faked, but there's just no evidence that it ever happened. And so that's the issue. You know, even back in the 20s and 30s when they were doing spirit photography, and, you know, there was the famous picture of Mary Todd after
Lincoln.
Lincoln was killed, and then they took a picture of it, and it looked like Lincoln was standing right behind her in an apparition type, you know, pose, you know, whatever, you know, wispy, you know. But they did find out that there was an issue with that picture though, so it's kind of been debunked. But the problem is there is still something there. I mean, there's just still got to be something there. I mean, because it's not physical enough. It's not like a Madame Curie kind of apparition or the ectoplasm that she used to exude, you know. So I mean, it's a lot more detached than that. So you know, but you know, I mean, there is a lot of trickery out there, but we just can't tell anymore, especially with all the AI now going on. I mean, it's just crazy. You know, pretty soon AI is going to flood the internet with all these images, and nobody's going to be able to tell the difference anymore.
Right. It's kind of the scary part of it. Do you know what's real or not? Nah. It's anybody's guess. I mean, you try to use basic logic as much as you can, but you know, it's all we can do is look at these things and go, is it possible? Yeah. I mean, is there any obvious forms of fakery or ways of things? Everything can be faked if you got enough time and energy.
And there's too many people with too much time and
energy.
on their hands. Time and
yeah,
energy.
there is that. So I don't know. You know, again, you be the judge. It's not the scope of the show to make believers or to, you know, try to.
It's to fire your imagination.
Well, it's, you know, for those of us that have had experiences, it's like, you know, I already know these things are very real. I've just had so many experiences with the unknown, but my journey isn't about convincing people. It's just trying to understand what is this stuff? What's
Right.
going on? And what can we learn from it? Because I think that, when you see, like a bowl move on your table, if it only moved a couple inches, that's kind of a small thing, but it's actually really huge because somehow a bowl moved of its own accord, or something interfered with that and made it move, and we couldn't observe it. So something incredible is going on there. So never debunk the stuff outright just because it's all a bunch of fluff. If you feel that way, that's fine. I mean, you're entitled to that, but
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
we're just on a journey, right, Don?
That's right. And we're traveling through it at light speed because you know what? It is time.
Faster than light, we'd actually get younger, though, wouldn't we?
Oh, that'd be nice.
We can go just whittle a few years
Wow.
off the chassis.
How about all the gray go away? I got my trim 34 back, That was like high school. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, those were the days. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. So I hope you guys had a good time tonight. Thank you all for joining us.
Hey, that one's going off. That cat ball's going off. It's
Oh,
just
did you bump the table, though?
Oh,
Yeah.
might have been.
Yeah, it's
Might have been because it's going dead. That one's going dead.
that one's the one
it's
going
just
dead.
acting up.
Yep,
Well, it might be going dead because he didn't shut it off.
that's true too. Yep.
All right. Well,
since
there you
learned.
go.
But anyway, guys, Don, anything in closing?
Don't forget, there's always Teespring, and you always want to show. As a matter of fact, didn't you put up a new shirt?
I put up the logo
There
collection.
you go.
Let me put it up there quick
There's
for you guys.
A water bottle, a metal water bottle. Now?
Yeah, isn't that
I
cool?
didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would suggest you take that one though and turn it vertical.
you would suggest? I didn't do anything. I just said, yeah,
Oh.
I want that.
Yeah. Did you look at it though? Because it looks like it wraps around, but I think it should go vertical.
Maybe. I didn't adapt it at all.
Right.
I want to get rid of these gators, though. Let's
Yeah,
get those out of there.
okay,
But
we'll get
all right, let's put it up on screen so you guys can see what the hell it is we're talking about. Let's go here. There we go. I think that's right. Let me pull up my other screen here to see. And there you go. This is our Teespring site. As you can see, there's plenty of lovely gear. This is the new logo collection. It's just basically, now here's the cool thing, is it can be all black like this and just say Paranormal Portal on the front. Or if you pick white,
Nice.
look at that, huh?
Stencil.
Yeah, it's got both colors in the actual
There you go.
logo.
Yeah,
So
nice.
there it is. That's the logo collection, ladies and gentlemen. And this one of these is right now on its way to Marie, who won the drawing on Discord.
Oh.
We're also going to do a drawing for our members here on YouTube. So if you want to possibly win a T-shirt, then by all means become a member if you're not already.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
we're going to do a drawing probably maybe on Saturday. I'll do the drawing. We'll see. I got to figure out how to get everybody to enter if you're a member and how to keep track of that. And then I got to randomize the names and maybe pull from a hat.
Well,
But-
you can use if you use
Yeah, I know.
you can randomize the list.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, all that'll be coming up in the near future. So if you're not already a member, please become one. Love to have you be a
Yeah,
member anyway.
absolutely.
But also, you might be the winner of a T-shirt. But here's the thing that Don was talking about, the
Yeah,
water bottle.
yeah.
Maybe you're right. I don't know how it wraps, or maybe it's too long. I just figured it knew what it was doing.
I'll see. Can you send me that SVG and I will work on turning that onto the bottle.
Okay, well, yep. So anyway, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us. Right as we hit the finish line, just hope you have a great rest of your week, and join us on Friday and Saturday night. Sheldon should be here Friday night. And
Nice.
then I'm here on Saturday, and hopefully I can figure out the phone stuff so we can get Deb back here and actually do a show with Deb.
Did that not work?
No.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
I
to
couldn't
hear
even
that.
I couldn't even keep her
Right.
where I could hear her. I mean, it was so horrible. Everything was just so screwed.
Right. Wow.
So anyway, remember, we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day.
Trent,
And remember to laugh as much as you can.
that's funny. Trent Bromus.
What? Trent Bromus?
It's Jake.
Oh.
You know how Jake is. And Long Don Beard, of course.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
There
so
you
it's
go.
Trent Bromus now. Bromass. Bromass.
I like Brahmas better.
Bromus? Okay, fine. You'll sound more you'll sound more clinical that way.
Yeah, it's maybe.
Instead of,
Cultured.
fun-loving bro.
Yeah.
It's the bromos.
All right.
All right.
Good
Anyhow,
night, everybody.
Love you guys. Good night.